That people don't talk about an issue doesn't mean it's not a problem. Hi everyone, I am Victoria How today, and I welcome you back to TYAC, the Total Teens and Young Adults Corner. If you are a returning subscriber, I welcome you here. And if you are new here, kindly subscribe, like, and click the notification button in order to get notified whenever we are up here. Today, I'm going to be discussing on the topic how to overcome masturbation. But before we get into overcoming masturbation, I want us to have the idea of what masturbation is, medical practitioners' view of what masturbation is, the effects of masturbation, and the biblical view of what masturbation is, and how to finally overcome masturbation. So, what is masturbation? Masturbation is actually a state whereby a person touches their sexual organ in order for them to reach orgasm. What is orgasm? Orgasm is actually a sexual pleasure. That is how I can explain it. I can't explain it further than that because that is actually not the focus of today's topic. And in order to get to where we are going fast, we need to cut things short. Medical practitioners believe that masturbation is not a big deal because it releases a hormone called dopamine. Dopamine is also known as a happy hormone. It releases stress and make you feel good about yourself. But it's funny that when teenagers that are into masturbation actually after finishing this act, they get themselves um depressed. They are depressed and they are not happy. There is a feeling of guilty that come with this act after they are done. So do we now say the medical practitioners are not right? Okay, let's move ahead. I've already told you what medical practitioners believe is as regarding this masturbation. So why do teenagers get themselves into masturbating? The first thing is secrecy in the sense that parents that say that's supposed to be the first educator of their children, I mean teenagers, they tend to be too shy about topic that has to do with sex, and this is not a good thing. Believe me, either you take it or you leave it. If you not be the first teacher of your teenagers, believe me, they have teachers outside. These teachers might now be their peer group. What do they do? So I will advise parents that have teenagers as children to be their first educator when it comes to sexual matters. There is no big deal. Instead of you telling them, educate them rightly, and you leaving them to outsiders or their age mates to guide them as regarding this issue, because the truth is that whether you guide them or you do not guide them, they receive their answer. Do you wonder how they know as much as you later found out that they know? So it's always advisable to avoid the thing of secrecy, like keeping it as a only something. Discuss with them immediately. My belief is once a child is 9 years old, there are some sexual education that you're supposed to be giving to your children before they even start reaching the puberty stage. Because of this kind of world that we have now, the world is actually in a way kind of tricky, and teenagers get information faster than you think. The second issue is actually the case of pornography. What is pornography? Pornography is actually any visual material, whether image or video, that exposes teenagers to human sexual organs, that make them to see it and make them feel that it is not a big deal. And it's funny that in our environment in today, people dress in a way that is not godly enough, that will prevent these children from seeing this thing. And the phone, early exposure of your teenagers to phone is another thing that exposes them to pornography. So these are the things and the reason why teenagers get themselves locked up or addicted to masturbation. What is now the biblical view of this masturbation? It's funny that the Bible or the scripture says nothing as regarding to masturbation. So it doesn't establish the fact that whether it's a sin or is not a sin. But how do you know whether it's a good thing to get yourself into or not to get yourself into, or the way to actually overcome it is the effect that is given the person that is masturbating. Like I said, the scripture is actually silent as regarding this issue. There is no verse of the Bible that talks about it's good to masturbate or it's very bad to masturbate, except the aspects when it was talking about these natural things that happen to men. I think it's in the book of Exodus that if a man actually releases, like maybe a man sleep, it's something that happens to mature men actually when they sleep, and there's a release of semen. And the scripture, the book of Exodus, if I'm very sure, that's when Moses was leading them to the promised land, and the Lord said that they should put the person out of the camp till the evening. So that is the aspect that in a way a little bit look like is discussing about masturbation, but a deep look into this issue is actually not talking about masturbation. This is a natural phenomenon that happens to men. Like after they sleep and they wake up, they get to see a release of semen in their boxers. It's a natural thing. So that is the only aspect that talk about things that in a way related to masturbation, but it is not masturbation. So Bible or the scripture is actually silent as regarding the case of masturbation. But one thing I want you to know is that there is no case that is not relatable when it comes to scripture, because the book of Hebrew made us understand that we do not have an high priest that cannot be touched with the words, with the feeling of our infirmity, meaning that whatever you are passing through, Jesus Christ has the taste of it, knows how to deal with it, knows how to get you out of this situation or out of this case. So it is not a strange matter. Now, what are the effects of this masturbation? To not make this video so long, I would prefer that we come back for the part 2 of how to deal with or how to overcome masturbation. Be on a lookout, and I would like to see you once again on this platform. If you are a newcomer, please subscribe and click on notification button so that when the episode 2 of this discussion is uploaded, you will be able to have a direct access to it. And as always, I love you.